Quiet on set.
Rolling. Action.
Hello.
Welcome back to another episode of Encod. We're really excited to be back here. I'm Sebastian.
And I'm Caitlin.
And we're once again here with another movie review.
Woot woot.
Woohoo! Today's movie is The Batman.
Long-awaited review. We're finally reviewing it. This came out all the way back in March.
It's been a while.
It has been a little bit.
The best month of the year,
Of
March.
course. Your birthday month.
Yes.
But yeah, so right off the bat, this movie is long.
Really long.
It is 2 hours and 56 minutes, which is basically 3 hours if you think about it. Because, we stay for the whole credits and all of that.
Because you gotta.
Because you have to, yes. This movie was very long. At times, I felt like the movie could end. Like, oh, this is where it's ending. Oh, no,
Yeah.
never mind. We're continuing.
Many times with the movie, I felt like it could have been shortened, and some of the details, even though some were really, really interesting and I wanted to know more, I feel like some details were not touched upon as much as they should, and other details were like, why do you talk about that much?
Interesting. We'll get into that more as well as we go into our synopsis, but to give you some little tidbits, it was officially released in the US on March 4th of this year. It was directed by Matt Reeves. The music was composed by Michael Giacchino. I'm so sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Cinematography by Greg Fraser. Screenplay by Matt Reeves and Peter Craig. And production company was Warner Bros. And DC Films. Let me see. I'm going to look up Matt Reeves real quick and see if I know any of his other work.
Go for it, yeah.
I might not. Because I don't know about you, but I haven't really heard about his name. Okay, so he actually directed, or was the writer of War of the Planet of the Apes, and was the director of Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
I'm kind of sad that I haven't seen those movies.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to watch them. I think I just don't have the spirit to sit through another saga of movies, because I know, like, it's the same thing with Jurassic Park, in which I've seen the ones that come on theaters, but I don't have the effort in me to actually watch all of the movies that have come out, because there is so many of them. I think it's the same with Planet of the Apes.
Exactly. Yeah, and the reason that I mentioned the music, too, we have to talk about the music. First of all, there was that amazing song by Nirvana that they included, Something in the Way. I became obsessed with that song. I absolutely love that. And then just the soundtrack and the music, I was on the edge of my seat of that. It was so different than I think, if you even can compare it to Marvel and how they structure their soundtracks. It just feels like so different, so much more moody, atmospheric.
I mean, if you want to go into that a little bit, I feel like Marvel is going for a whole world.
Yeah.
So that world has to be really consistent with
throughout all the movies.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really hard to keep this kind of consistency with a movie like Endgame, for example, because what Batman is doing is actually they're going for mood. They're going their whole attention to detail. Is all of that work that they put behind that movie specifically for that movie. I don't really think that it's gonna be a DC universe and they're gonna move this Batman with a bunch of people. I know there will be sequels, but I don't think these will fit a whole world, a whole universe of superheroes.
Also, DC isn't red. The color red and like tan was throughout this entire film. Like that, like red, black, and tan is not something that you see really in many of the other movies. So it wouldn't really fit.
So we're going a little bit into the mood, but I feel like we should definitely talk about the movie itself, like the summary of the movie itself, really quick, and then we can come back to the color, because I think there's a lot to say in that aspect.
Definitely. So as we mentioned, this movie is very long, so we're gonna try to make the synopsis a little bit shorter. But so for the title, our two main characters, we have Robert Pattinson playing the Batman, Zoe Kravitz playing Selena Kyle, aka like Catwoman. The Riddler, our main antagonist, is played by Paul Dano, and then we also have Penguin, who makes an appearance. He's not necessarily a villain per se.
He's not the Penguin that we know in the comics.
Yeah, he's just he just sort of exists as if he's like a mafia boss.
Which I think is great, but it's also another reason why this wouldn't actually be a DC Universe kind of thing. Because we know the Penguin as, like, the Penguin. And I feel like kind of the same thing with the Riddler. I think you can get away with the Riddler being different than the comics, but I think it's just so iconic that changing it for a whole universe will be counterproducent, I would say.
Yeah. So Penguin was played by Colin Farrell, and then we have Alfred, the butler, as we all know, played by Andy Serkis, and then we have James Gordon, who is the lead detective, and it seems like he has, in a previous time before the movie starts, has developed this relationship with the Batman where he invites him onto scenes of crime so that the Batman can help solve it. And the Batman, he's not well liked by the police. That's kind of stated from the beginning. He's just more seen as like a vigilante, but not necessarily the police's best friend, which I thought was interesting because I always thought they were more buddy-buddy. I don't know if that's just how I interpreted
two things really quick. So, first of all, definitely reminds me of the interaction with Sherlock Holmes in the show. Definitely. It's like just an extra person, but we definitely need you. Second of all, Colin Farrell, excuse me? What?
You know that?
I had no idea.
The makeup was really good, and then they put on a fat suit so that you can't, like, see.
I think before I saw the movie, I did see a video on how the transformation went about.
It's really cool.
But right now, I am amazed.
No, yeah, they did great. So like I said, this movie has the main antagonist is the Riddler and the crimes that the Riddler does. And so what makes this movie, I guess, really impactful for me, more on the edge of my seat, is that we actually get a really interesting glimpse into Gotham City. I actually can compare this to the Gotham that we see in Joker. I think we get a lot of we hear a lot of the political movements and more of like the anger building up within the city. You can see that more. This is why
Arkham is so messed up.
Exactly. And we see that on Halloween night at the very beginning of the movie when the mayor of Gotham City is murdered by the Riddler. And that honestly freaked me out. I thought the scares are really great. It wasn't any jump scare necessarily, but it still was so tense. And I knew he was going to die, but I was terrified how he's going to die. There was a really subtle, like, reveal. It's the reveals where you see the Riddler very briefly that I think scared me the most.
I gotta compare this movie really quick to one of my favorite movies of all times, The Crow.
Ooh, yeah.
I feel like there is a lot of inspiration that went about to make the Batman.
I mean, the eye makeup alone.
The eye makeup, the mood.
Yeah.
If you look at the mood in The Crow, you can see those red tones, you can see that darkness throughout the movie, and just those comedic relief moments, I want to say, in which we know everything is fine, but then when you think everything is fine, everything goes wrong. I think the inspiration with The Crow is really evident in Batman.
I can totally see that now that you bring that up, yeah. So, the reason that the Riddler is sort of the main antagonist is because he's also leaving envelopes, like letters, like to the Batman. So nobody knows that Batman, like no one knows Batman's actual identity, pretty much. I feel like that's how it's always been in the comics. Yeah. But I feel like I've also seen other versions.
That is something that DC's always try to like stick onto their characters, like they have secret identities. Something that completely differs from how Marvel does their things, because we all know who the superheroes are.
Exactly, yeah.
And barely anybody has a secret identity.
So, yeah, our lead detective guy, or not necessarily lead detective, but our detective guy who's best friends with Batman, Gordon, he's trying to help him out. But the Riddler keeps leaving these very bizarre clues. There's this one instance where someone gets kidnapped and has a collar bomb attached to his neck. That was so intense. And the whole time, the Riddler's main goal is he wants to expose something that's occurring in the political sphere of
almost
Gotham.
Jigsaw-like.
Yeah, definitely. Where the Riddler has insider information that there's a rat, that there's corruption, that something bad is happening with him, that they don't really care about the people.
Like the poor kids from Jigsaw.
Yeah, exactly. So he that's also why he's targeting people that also work within the government, FBI, sort of whatever agency you can call that in Gotham. He's targeting them. It's not just normal people, it's people that work in that government environment.
On that note, one of the most amazing characters that I really liked was Falcon.
Yeah, or Falcone, I think.
Falcone, yeah. It's a last name.
Yeah, he was played by John Turturro. I think
he was
him.
great. His character didn't appear nearly as much, and that's one of the things that I think that they should have talked more about during the movie, because he's such a great character, such a great actor, and I would love to see more of it.
What I definitely liked a lot was that you meet all these people, and it's like, oh, they're friends with the Penguin, they must be bad guys. Or, oh, they're with the government, they must be good guys.
I feel like you need more of the Penguin relationship with all of these people as well, and how the nightclub.
The Penguin knows everybody, and they have like this whole nightclub thing.
And you almost don't know who the bad guy is. Exactly. I mean, you know it's Riddler, but who else?
And it's just interesting as you start understanding who knows who, and who's friends with who, and who paid off who.
Which sometimes is complicated.
Sometimes it's complicated, which makes this a 3-hour-long movie. But I just thought it was really interesting how I looked at all these people that we were being introduced to, and I could not for the life of me know who technically is our rat. Who is our bad guy?
At some point, I felt like the butler was the bad guy.
I know. Yeah. Like, everybody could be it.
Yeah.
And obviously what makes it interesting is that the Riddler even seems to have more information about the Batman himself. Almost as if he's egging on that he knows what his secret identity is, and it's just like, oh my god, who is the Riddler? Because we also don't know who the Riddler is the entire time. We just see him in his appearance, so we don't even know who he is as a person. Which,
by the way, I have a huge Funko Pop collection. That's the only pop I'm missing from the Batman movie.
You need a Riddler one. We'll have to get you one. Yeah. But yeah, so as we continue on, the Batman, like we mentioned, he decides to investigate this nightclub for information about the Riddler, because the Riddler's dropping clues about Penguin, about Falcone, about a bunch of other people, and they all go to this one nightclub, where it's called the Iceberg Lounge,
which actually makes a lot of sense.
I know. This is where the Batman first sees Selina Kyle, and I don't know if it was just by curiosity or physical attraction or something, but he follows her home that night. And that's when he realizes that she, at nighttime, puts on this disguise, like Catwoman, and tries to steal things. She was trying to steal, I think, her friend's passport or something like that, or money, because the mayor knew her roommate / friend.
He was looking for the friend.
Yeah.
It was a lot going on.
There was a lot going on. But she was trying to find her because she cares about her and she was kidnapped. And so she knows that the mayor had like a connection with her, and knew that the mayor has something to do about her disappearance. But now that the mayor is dead, it's not like she can go to him. So she broke into his house, and the Batman follows her there to see what she's up to, because of course he's suspicious of her, like you're going to a crime scene.
By the way, the reason why I say that the Iceberg is a really nice name for that club is because there is a club that everybody can go in, but then there is the club underneath the club, such as an iceberg that has more underneath than on top.
Also, the Penguin goes there. Penguins live in Antarctica.
I really like that. That's probably a better analogy.
I'm so sorry if this synopsis is all over the place, but the plot is a little bit all over the place with how many people that you're meeting. So if you ask a lot of questions during movies, good luck watching this. So then we find out that Falcone is Selina's father, and he killed her mother, and she wants revenge on him. So
but she knows that.
The subplot where she wants revenge for her mother's death, like avenging her death, and the Batman's just like, well, okay, I also want to get to know Falcone, so I guess I'm going to help you out here.
And isn't he like a no-kill policy kind of guy?
What, the Batman?
Like don't kill them, just don't kill them.
I don't remember. He was, because wasn't he threatening this one guy by gonna throw him off the ledge if he wouldn't tell who the rat was?
But I think the Batman,
interrogation.
I think the Batman in general, and DC in general, is like, I'm not gonna kill the bad guys. I'm just gonna capture them.
Yeah. publicize them, which I guess also makes sense, which is why I probably thought he was really, really buddy with the police, since he would always hand over all the villains to the police at the end of the day. But at the very end, we found out that Falcone was the informant all along, who was the big rat.
Which initially we thought that the rat was the penguin, because they made this comment about rat with wings, and they're like, yeah, penguin.
But Falcone.
Falcon.
Haha. It's always play on words right there. They must have had a lot of fun writing that into the
riddles.
Thing. So then we find out that the Riddler is just like this random accountant. Like, he's just honestly a random guy. The guy, his name's Edward Nashton. I think that's like his official name. But he's just like a random guy. Like, he wasn't anybody of impressive power, but that was his point, was he's able to see a lot was going on because he was a nobody.
Yeah.
And he actually gained a really big online following that all banded together to become like him and become vengeful against the government. So he set up bombs, because the whole city is surrounded by water. So this is like the very last climax of the movie, where he sets up bombs to blow up the wall that keeps the city from flooding.
Yep.
So then the whole city starts flooding. Everybody has to run to the center of town, where it just so happens that the new mayor was elected. The new mayor is Bella Real, played by Jamie Lawson, by the way. Amazing. I liked her performance a lot. So apparently what the plan was is to flood the entire city, have everybody rush in to that one main hall
where
she
they
was
were
giving
waiting
her speech,
for them,
where Riddler's followers were waiting for them, up in the, I don't want to call them
like
rafters,
the lights place,
but like where the lights are, with guns to have a mass shooting incident. I heard a lot of people complaining about that, actually, because they said that felt too real as something that could actually happen in real life.
Because
but I also feel like that's the point.
Yeah, because it is.
I feel like Gotham's supposed to be more real, like how Gotham and the Joker was supposed to be more real.
We all know that this city is completely based off New York.
Yes.
So if it feels real, it's because it is real. Yeah. And I don't think we need to get into that right now.
I know. But I heard people complain. So then the Batman has to save everybody. The city is still in shambles. The mayor survives the incident. All of Riddler's followers are able to be taken down. I'm sorry, that was my computer. All of his followers are able to be taken down. We see a brief moment of the Riddler in prison meeting the Joker, which I thought was interesting. I really wanted to see the Joker. I was actually really excited, but I guess it's not. It's time. We need to wait
one
for
thing
the Joker.
About this Joker that is gonna drive me insane.
What?
Is the fact that we know, or at least I think, is not
Joaquin
Phoenix, but it's also not the other Joker, the one from Suicide Squad.
Oh, Jared Leto?
Jared Leto.
Yeah.
It's a complete different guy.
There's a credit that says Unseen Arkham guy, and it's played by Barry Keoghan.
I mean, it's not said that it's the Joker. But
we hear the laugh, and we see the prisoner through like a glass that's kind of distorted, so you see kind of like the smile.
It's the Joker.
We all know it's the Joker, but they're just not gonna just say it, especially not in the credits. But yeah, I know we could have done a better job of reading out the synopsis, but there was good. So much that happened in this movie. So if you want to know a little bit more, understand a little bit more, just go watch it. I'm pretty sure it should be on HBO Max soon, right?
Is.
Oh, it already is?
It's been HBO
Max. So you can watch it on there now. We watched it in theaters, in case you're wondering. But, so is there anything else you want to talk about before we go into other people's reviews? Because
I mean, I want to touch on really quick, as we said, on the color and the mood. This is something that movies have been doing for a long time. The first thing that comes to my mind is another one of his movies, Twilight.
Oh, one of Robert Pattinson's movies? Yeah. Well, the first one specifically, because the first one had all the blue.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So you know that mood is something really important, and color is what can drive your mood with the sound design of a movie. So I feel like the small like blues like music that they put for the Batman with all of the dark tones, which by the way, some people complained that it was too dark to the point that you could not see some detail.
Really?
But movie theaters actually have come up and said that it depends on the movie theater that you go to, and on the viewing room that you're going to as well. That some screens might be darker than other ones. So it's not the movie itself. It might be the movie theater being too dark.
So know that if you're going to watch it in your house, make sure all the lights are off, or else you might have some trouble seeing.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know about
I mean,
that.
I played the Batman game before on my PS4, and it's still really dark. Like, the Batman is a dark character with a dark mood overall.
He's always been a moody boy.
Yeah, oh my goodness. But even when I play the video game, you have to have your lights off because there is no way you can see every single detail unless you put the brightness all the way up.
Now, here is the big question everybody's been asking. Do you like Robert Pattinson as the Batman?
I think I don't mind them just a lot because there's honestly not a lot that he has to do.
Explain.
For the Batman character, you don't have to act a lot. You just put on dark eyeshadow and talk like this, and then you're done. You're the Batman.
You have some stunt coordination, but that can be replaced by a stunt man.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in the suit, yes, you have to do some combat and whatnot. There is not a lot going on there. You can only see his chin, which I don't think looks the greatest on the mask. But then when he has his costume off, I think he's just a moody boy, and I kind of dislike it. I think the Batman needs a better personality.
He was too emo in this movie?
He was way too emo. Way too emo. But it's not his fault. I just think it's the Batman in general that I don't like all that much. I like the movies, but as a superhero, Batman kind of sucks. Because I remember watching The Dark Knight. Amazing movie. Completely carried by the guy that played the Joker for sure. But the Batman character himself, it was another really known actor.
I think that was Christian Bale.
I can't quite remember.
But it was Heath Ledger as the Joker.
Yeah.
And I understand why you looked at the Joker more because he was great.
But that guy that played the Batman in that movie also didn't have a lot to do, and it still kind of sucks because the Batman is just bad. Like, have you seen the Batman from Suicide Squad? Still really bad. Like the
Batman was in Suicide. I
like
don't
2
remember
seconds.
That.
Yeah,
I
like
clearly never paid attention
on the
to
purple
that.
Lamborghini and whatnot. But the Batman itself as a character is not a lot going on with it. I think they brought Robert Pattinson to hype up the crowd because he's a known name, and it's like, oh, this will be your comeback kind of thing. So everyone gets excited, and it gives the male community an opportunity to actually like Robert Pattinson. But
I guess I should also get into why I like Robert Pattinson then.
No, because you like Robert Pattinson for reasons that you shouldn't like Robert Pattinson. So
I'm sorry. I came in there to watch Breaking Dawn Part 3. Okay? Just saying. This is honestly exactly what happened.
But yeah, I feel like they used them to bring more crowd to the movie, but they could have used anybody else and it would have been the same exact movie. It wouldn't change a bit. Honestly, if you do, like, let's say... let me think of someone. Johnny Depp. Oh my goodness.
You just love Johnny Depp so
I do
much.
love Johnny Depp, but he would have done such an amazing... Because Johnny Depp's done moody characters in the past. And
have you seen everything he did with Tim Burton?
Yeah, Sweeney Todd, Edward Scissorhands, and whatnot. All moody characters, but he does them amazingly. Like, he brings life to the mood of the character.
So, are you saying that Robert Pattinson's Batman was lifeless?
Yes, for sure.
Oh, ouch.
But it's not on Robert Pattinson again. I think that's just how the Batman is.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because like I said, other Batmans that I've seen, I haven't seen more than 2 Batman movies, so I wouldn't be able to tell on the other ones.
Yeah.
But for the Batmans that I've seen, there's just not a lot going on for them. That's just my take on it.
Yeah, that is a
Don't
hot
hate
take.
me.
Gosh, well, like you already know, I was there for Breaking Dawn Part 3. I love Robert Pattinson. Absolutely love that man. I
was just there for the actress.
You were there for Catwoman, and I was there for Batman. Okay, I see how it is. But yeah, I really like him. Now that you say he didn't really have to do much, I guess I can understand because what do you have to do? You just have to be brooding. You have to stand there in the suit. You have a lot of fight choreography, but I don't know how much he did. but I still really liked him. I liked how it wasn't like the like there. I can still hear his voice.
Mm-hmm. He wasn't Chunky Boy. He was.
Yeah, it wasn't like trying to do like Darth Vader from the 70s or something. So that I appreciated. I did go see it because it was Robert Pattinson. So maybe he did get hired because of that. But he has been in a lot of movies with bigger name actors and actresses. They weren't necessarily like blockbusters, but they went
most definitely not
big. Just because you haven't heard of them doesn't mean they weren't big movies. So I don't think it was just that. I think they did genuinely like him. And also this is...
His one and only good movie is Harry Potter, and he was killed the first movie. Continue.
I really enjoy it. I think it's hilarious that we see him go from a vampire to a bat.
Robert, I don't hate you. I really like you. If I meet you one day, I just want to say that I like you.
Just preface this. I do actually like you as a human being.
You did great. I might work with you in the future.
Yeah, just say that now. Yeah, no, I really liked him in this movie, though. I also think the chemistry between him and Catwoman were amazing. Yeah. I've even seen videos of them, and I'm just like, the way that he's looking at her.
The loving moments were really nice.
Genuine, like, huh. Like any romance lovers out there. They didn't actually have like a romantic thing because she left the city. So if they had anything romantic, it was just more like, oh, but I have to go. Okay, bye. Like,
well, they did kiss.
Yeah, but the kiss then ended up with her driving away, and he stayed to help rebuild the city, which was cool. But I'm just saying, if anyone's there for like a really big romantic moment, you don't have it. You have subtle chemistry that I thought was absolutely amazing. Yeah. And I also love Zoe Kravitz. I think she was absolutely awesome in that role. I loved how like suave she was at times, especially when she was like undercover, talking to a lot of people in the Iceberg Lounge. Loved it.
Now, my little question on this. Honestly, I'm not a really big comic fan, so I don't follow superheroes in comics. But I have not seen a single Batman movie. Wasn't Batman and Robin? Wasn't that a thing?
Yeah, I think back in the 80s or something like that.
I have not seen a single movie in which the Robin is actually mentioned in the Batman. I just want to say that. Maybe that will bring more character to it. I don't know.
Maybe it's just too stupid at this point.
It was a joke for the longest time.
I mean, it was like it looked like a funny TV show. It didn't even look like a serious, like, action
Yeah, because Robin is the casual, inside-out wardrobe with the underwear on top of the pants.
He's almost like Batman's gay best friend or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It didn't feel serious, but this Batman feels so serious that I don't think we're ever going to meet Robin. Unless this happens to be like a younger guy. And he just meets, but I don't think this version of Batman will ever get friends. Because he's just too moody.
Yeah. But I feel like what DC is trying to do is actually really interesting, because doing the Joker movie a couple years ago and doing the Batman movie, I feel like they're trying to bring all these characters back to life by giving them their origin story.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're going to see them all on the same screen anytime soon.
They're too different, because the way that they built Gotham and Joker, it went into chaos, but not the same.
It didn't flood.
Yeah, the city didn't flood. There was no Riddler.
And he also didn't go to jail.
He was able to escape jail.
Yeah.
So I don't know how they would work it in unless they sort of justify like, oh, the ending to Joker was like just before the first one.
No, I think the Batman is definitely a one-off. No, the Joker is a one-off.
Yeah.
Because if you see the Batman, you can actually see the guy. What's the name of the Batman?
What?
What's the real name of the Batman? Bruce Wayne.
Yes. Okay, I just said I don't remember.
During the Joker movie, you actually do see Bruce Wayne when he kills Bruce Wayne's parents. When the Joker kills them.
Right.
So you see Bruce Wayne, and he's like an 8-year-old kid.
Whilst the Joker looks
like
to be in
40
his
something.
40s or 50s.
So it will definitely not make sense for the Joker to be any kind of threat when the Batman becomes, I don't know, 20 maybe? How old is he in this movie? 20 something?
Should be in his mid-20s, I imagine.
Yeah. So it wouldn't make much sense. I mean, he will be 50 something. Could be. Could not be. We'll see. Because I do know Joaquin Phoenix did say that he's not a sequel kind of guy.
Yeah.
But I believe he just recently agreed to a second movie of the Joker. Maybe not the Joker, maybe a Batman. I don't know. We'll see what happens on that note.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. But I really liked both of them. I just don't see how I could connect the two of them together.
It would be great.
It would have to be a good script.
Oh,
That'd be the only thing. And I really don't know if I trust.
Everyone will come to the movie theater, but you have to make it good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you want to go into some reviews?
Yes. Let's go into some reviews. So first off, I keep going to Roger Ebert. I think they have interesting reviews.
Okay.
So Roger Ebert gave it a 3.5 stars.
Okay.
So they say Matt Reeves' The Batman isn't a superhero movie, not really. All the trappings are there, the Batmobile, the ragged suit, the gadgets, courtesy of a trusty butler, Alfred. And of course, at the center is the caped crusader himself, brooding, tormented, seeking his own brand of nighttime justice in a Gotham City that's spiraling into squalor and decay. But in Reeves' confident hands, everything is breathtakingly alive and new. As director and co-writer, he's taken what might seem like a familiar tale and made it epic, even operatic. His Batman is more akin to a gritty 70s crime drama than a soaring and transporting blockbuster. With its kinetic, unpredictable action, it calls to mind films like The Warriors, as well as one of the greatest of them all in the genre, The French Connection. And with its use of high-profile murders driving the plot, it sometimes feels as if the Zodiac Killer is terrorizing the cities of Gotham. And yet, despite the touchstones, this is unmistakably a Matt Reeves film. He accomplishes here what he did with his gripping entries in the Planet of the Apes franchise, created an electrifying, entertaining spectacle, but one that's grounded in real emotional stakes. This is a Batman movie that is aware of its own place within pop culture, but not in winking meta-faction. Rather, it acknowledges the comic book character's lore, only to examine it and reinvent it in a way that's both substantial and daring. I think we totally touched on a lot of that.
Definitely. And the connection that they make is also the connection that I made with Sherlock. Mm-hmm. And it's almost like a Sherlock Moriarty kind of relationship going on in there.
Yeah. So he goes on to mention Robert Pattinson's performance. With Robert Pattinson taking over the role of Bruce Wayne, we have an actor who's not just prepared, but hungry to explore his figure's weird, dark instincts. This is not the dashing heir to a fortune prowling about kicking ass in a cool costume. This is Travis Bickle in the Batsuit, detached and disillusioned. He's 2 years into his tenure as Batman, tracking criminals from On High and Wayne Tower.
Also, he had just started being the Batman.
That's right, because I remember that's probably why the police didn't trust him.
Yeah, because he was too new.
Because he was pretty new.
Interesting.
You can see the rush he gets from swooping in and executing his version of vengeance, even beneath the tactical gear in eye black. Pattinson is so skilled at making his beautiful angular features seem unsettling. That's interesting.
I just feel like we cannot overlook the meme that went around for the longest time with this movie. When does he put the eyeshadow? When does he put on his eyeshadow?
Because he doesn't have his eyeshadow on when he goes to like around to meet people like normal. But then when he comes in on the suit, you can see that his whole eyes are black. Oh,
when does he put the eyeshadow?
All those videos where it's like, oh wait, hold on, I'll be there in a second.
They're killing the kids, no matter.
They're killing him. I have to finish my eyeshadow. Yeah. I'm trying to find where he mentions that it should not get 5 stars, but I guess maybe he'll have some other judgment. But, he ends it off by saying, this is the most beautiful Batman movie you've ever seen, even if it's not really a Batman movie at all.
Ooh.
Interesting. It's definitely not the same.
It might be what we're commenting on the fact that it could just not be part of a universe. It's just the same thing that they did with the Joker, which is, this is the Joker, but it's not the Joker, is just a Joker.
A Joker. A part of it. A different version retelling,
This might not be your Batman superhero, but it's the Batman.
Mm-hmm. So, the New Yorker reviewed it and said, it's fine. That's literally its title. Reviewed, it's fine.
I mean, I've been talking about it for the past 30 minutes, so there is a lot to unpack from there.
Yes.
But if you made me summarize this movie, I guess that's what I will say. I mean, it's good. Yeah. Go see it. End of the episode.
Oh, man.
Who got paid like $10,000 to make that right there, that review?
I have no idea. It says it was written by Richard Brody. Whoever you are.
The things matter. Words matter, not harder.
I'm trying to find where he's... I'm sorry, keep talking.
No, I just think that the Batman was just such a incredible experiment for DC to do and see what the new movies for these characters have to offer. Because DC, what they've been doing is a lot of animation and a lot of shows like The Flash and...
Also, some of their other projects haven't panned out successfully, like, financially.
So they needed to, like, take a different... Fresh. Yeah, they're also seeing what Marvel's doing. So they needed to come up with something.
And also, Marvel kind of finished its main, like, progression up until Endgame. Yeah. So maybe they think, like, oh...
It's now our time.
It's our time where we can have a little bit more of a stake. Because they're just doing, like, Shang-Chi or Doctor Strange. Sort of, like... more sequels and spin-offs in those series, but it's not necessarily the original main storyline.
We'll talk about it when the time comes, but I think right now, Doctor Strange Into the Multiverse is actually one of the highest grossing movies.
Well, we have to see it. We haven't even seen it yet.
I know, but I think Marvel is far from done.
Everybody loves Marvel.
I've been trying to avoid Doctor Strange spoilers for the longest time.
I know.
And I've done it successfully just yet.
I have another... Okay, so the New Yorker goes on to say, the emptiness below the movie's surface reflects the emptiness of the characters it depicts. They're reduced to a handful of traits and a backstory, defined solely by their function in the plot. Even though the title character bears two identities and lives a double life constructed of careful and elaborate ruses, the Batman makes shockingly little of Bruce Wayne. Robert Pattinson's performance provides the only hint of substance. In both persona, he maintains a stone face throughout. The utterly repressed expression that he lends them could suggest anything from self-discipline to existential anguish. Though I see it as a superhuman effort not to burst out laughing at the simulation of seriousness of any personality at all. The movie's solid dramatic architecture is essentially uninhabited. The Batman is a cinematic house populated only by phantoms with no trace of a complex mental life.
Couldn't have said it better.
You agree?
I mean, it's pretty much what I was saying. There's just not a lot to do there. It has no life, and
well, do you agree that Robert Pattinson's performance is the only hint of substance?
Well, yeah, that's also what I said about they brought Robert Pattinson to actually bring people to the theater.
Well, no, they're like, I don't even know. I'm just shocked.
Okay, because this is the thing. If you had someone that is not known in the industry, such as Robert Pattinson, then you go see the movie and you just see this boring character and you're like, that kind of sucked. But then you have Robert Pattinson and it's like, at least I saw Robert Pattinson, you know?
At least I saw Breaking Dawn Part 3.
Yeah, there's a whole difference between seeing someone that you know and just seeing a random guy not acting.
Yeah, and also there were, like, so many characters and so many people that we met in one way or another where you felt like they had an importance, where it felt like we were just plopped right into, like, the middle of the action, which is what they say you should do, but I don't know. I feel like we all wanted to know more.
I feel like at points he was like a Batman point of view. You just go meet all of these characters and you follow him around the city.
Exactly.
It's not us seeing the Batman doing stuff. It's us with the Batman seeing what's happening around the city.
We're not all-knowing in this movie, which I really liked. But now, as I think about it more, I'm like, I'd love to know about the Penguin and what he's doing, especially after all the fallout. What's going to happen with the Riddler? Was that really the Joker? And what's going to happen with Catwoman? Why is she not dating the Batman? Like, there's so many questions.
Why would she?
Have you seen their chemistry together?
She doesn't know his face.
They had great chemistry either way.
He also doesn't have a personality.
Catwoman has a personality.
No, he doesn't have a personality.
Oh, well, if Bella can fall for him, then Catwoman can fall for him.
Yeah, Bella shouldn't have fallen. Well,
Bella doesn't have a personality.
Exactly. Yeah. She fell for him because, like, oh, another guy like me.
I'm so sorry, Kristen Stewart, if you're watching this.
If we work together next time, I do like you.
Oh, you like her too? I didn't know that.
I mean, wasn't she in Charlie's Angels? I didn't see it, but...
Anyways, the last review I have is from IGN.com. So it says, fear, Bruce Wayne tells us in a gloomy voiceover early in the Batman, is a tool. He's talking about how the presence of the Batman can be used to intimidate bad guys, but it's also possible writer-director Matt Reeves took this to heart for his approach to rebooting this famous superhero. This is the scariest Batman yet. I agree.
Yep.
Right from the violent opening scene, the message is clear. This is not your mother's creeped crusader.
The
This
Crow.
is a creeping, angry, white-knuckle-inducing psychological thriller with a heavy dose of crime noir. And believe it or not, Reeves absolutely pulls it off, achieving a grimly beautiful masterpiece. I agree.
Yeah.
The Batman stands on its own, but it's still dripping with cinematic references. Among the movies I thought about while watching, Zodiac, Seven, Chinatown, and Saw. I definitely agree. You know what I didn't think too much about? Most of the previous live-action Batman movies. Its gritty realism is most similar to Christopher Nolan's trilogy, but this is a refreshing, bold, new cinematic take on The Dark Knight. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I did not think much about the other ones,
No.
honestly, because I found no similarity.
It's a new Batman, and there's not a lot to.
Also, it's not with the
different
Joker.
It is not with the Joker, which was actually quite
Yeah.
impressive. And at points during the plot, I was like, they should put the Joker. And at other points, I was like, I'm glad they didn't put the Joker.
Because, you know, the Riddler deserves his moment. Because weren't some of the movies in the 90s with the Penguin being the main bad guy, too?
Yeah, but I'm also sad that the
he's
Penguin wasn't the Penguin.
Well, he was the Mafia Penguin.
Yeah.
If he even was a Mafia boss, I'm just going to keep
Well,
associating him with the Mafia
Yeah,
boss.
Falcone was actually the mafia guy, and Penguin
Exactly.
was underneath him. But I
Exactly.
think in the next movie, we'll actually see the rise of the Penguin as the main mafia guy.
I mean, he has every
At the
reason
end,
to be
yeah.
all, like,
Batman.
But yeah, I really liked this movie. It was intense. It was a lot. But, you know, I think I survived. I loved the little marketing it did. There was a whole website that was shown at the end of the movie. And you remember that?
No.
Well, they, like there's, like, a URL that flashed on the screen for some people when they're viewing it. I feel like I saw it, but I guess not. So, I thought we saw a URL. Maybe we didn't see a URL. But people saw a URL that took them to a website where you could try to decode some of the Riddler's messages.
Yeah, I remember that
Yeah,
now.
and then we noticed this when we walked out of the theater. If you shine your flashlight over the posters that they had up in the movie theater. Remember that where it had, like, the Riddler's...
Huh, I
thing.
don't remember that.
You were there. You say you're the one who pointed it out to me. Either way, I really like the subtle marketing on that. I had a bunch of people on my For You page talking about it when it first came out. I think the hype has died down a little bit, but I think that helped with the hype a lot.
For sure.
Other than the memes.
Really smart
really
marketing,
liked
which
that.
is really nice, I think.
And there was more, like, it was like they didn't, like, reveal all the things about the website at once. Like, I think you had to, like, reveal some of the other Riddler's clues, which totally ties in with how he worked in the movies.
Yeah. It actually reminds me a couple of marketing strategies that different movies have done. I don't know if you remember this movie in which they had, like, an app that tells them when they're gonna die in the movie.
Yeah, and then you
And
can
they
actually
actually had
download
the
the app. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I overall really enjoyed it. I think you should watch it if you even have, like, the faintest of interest in Batman.
Yeah.
You should totally watch it.
I think it's
really
a must.
good. Again, be prepared for the length. I knew it was long.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I knew it would be that long, but I can't say that I was bored or mad that I had to stay.
I think with
I'm pretty
everything that I
happy
have
with it.
said, good or bad about this movie, I feel like overall I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 clapping boards.
I would say the same thing.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think the length is the only thing that would make me not give it a 5 out of 5. Because, like I said, there were some moments
It's
where
a
I was
bit
just
long
like,
sometimes.
is it ending? But I really enjoyed it. Oh, such a good movie. And I kept looking over at you the whole time being like, I can't look. It was actually really
Yeah.
scary. You can honestly consider it to be a horror movie.
Yeah,
so.
definitely go see it, and I
Watch
think
it on HBO.
you can watch it on HBO. Try to have a quiet space to watch it,
Yeah.
so you can actually enjoy what the director and the whole crew made to be enjoyed, which is the sound, the visuals. Is not only a movie, and I think that's when many people get it wrong. It's not just the movie; it's a whole experience that you're
Exactly.
getting with the Batman, and it's something that I really enjoy.
And get ready to love that Nirvana song. Because I love that Nirvana song.
I couldn't remember which one it is right now.
Something in the way.
Okay.
Ooh. Come on, it's a good one.
All right, I think that was it from
Yes.
us. Thank you so much for having us, and we'll have you again next week
For our next movie review.
Woo!
And